What's up guys, it's KardTrickKid, and today I'm going to be reviewing the GAN 11M Pro, as well as answering the questions if it's worth $65, if it's my main, and if it's for you. Let's get into it. But first, here's a quick announcement. I stream on Twitch. Have I mentioned that in the past week? It's not like I've made a bunch of announcement videos saying that I stream on Twitch, as well as saying it in my last video. Here's a 7.97 single on the GAN 11M Pro, streamed live on Twitch. But okay, let's actually get into the review. So out of the box, the first thing I noticed was, well, the box. This box is so shiny, it's almost blinding. Another thing I noticed, it is much smaller than the GAN XS's box, and it's much more interesting. Like, look at how boring this is.
Oh, look, there's a cube, it says GAN XS, blah, blah, blah.
This is shiny, it says GAN 11M Pro, and it's tiny, so it hurts the environment less. Or something. So yeah, that's the box. But why should I tell you about my first impressions when you can just see them? Roll the unboxing clip. Rainbow business card. Accessories box. Oh wow, this is so small. Wow, extra magnets for the core. Alright, I'm so excited. Let's just get right into this. What? Whoa, it's a little bird. It has some wings. It's very light. I can feel a bit of factory lube. Wow. Compared to the XS, it's also very light, and it has a decent amount of factory lube out of the box. But wow, this looks so nice. Let's check out these core magnets. As you can see, there's still a decent amount of lube, but there are some core magnets in there. Makes it feel very interesting. And if you didn't catch all that, let's see what's inside the box. So first we are greeted with this really cool rainbow business card. It looks like a credit card, but sadly it has no cash value. Or does it? Next we have the accessories box, which inside has similar accessories to the GAN XS and other GAN cubes. It comes with the CFOP pamphlet that I don't really need because I know CFOP. This card that you can use to buy a beginner tutorial where there are thousands, if not millions here on YouTube. I'm guessing this is why the GAN 11M Pro costs $5 more than the XS, because they're giving you $5 for free. Finally, some actual useful stuff for the cube. We have this tiny flathead screwdriver, the smallest I've ever seen, and this pamphlet on how to adjust things in the cube. There are hundreds of combinations on this cube, so if you're very confused on it, this will help. And inside here, we have the GES tool with some GES nuts and some magnets that go into the core. I'll get into these later. And finally, of course, the cube in this awesome box.
Wait, that's illegal.
Oh, oops. And yeah, that's what comes in the box. Now, in my opinion, these cubes' defaults were kind of garbage, but again, that's just my personal opinion. So what you're about to see is me setting up this cube, and right after, I'll show you how I did it and what I did with all of the crazy adjustment systems on this cube. Now, after watching that beginning, you're probably wondering,
Wait, how could it be terrible? It's GAN. The defaults would have been great. Also, what does defaults mean?
well, defaults essentially means how the cube comes out of the box, how it's lubed, and what tensions it's on. Now, this cube came with so much factory lube out of the box that I knew I had to set it up immediately before it got bad. So I set up this cube with a combination of 3 lubes. First, I used Angstrom Gravitas, one of my favorite lubes, to slow the cube down because it was extremely fast out of the box. Next, I used some of Cubicle Labs Mystic. Cubicle is aloe-based lube that gives it a very soft and plush feel that this cube already had with its light weight. And finally, some DNM37 to speed it all up. However, there was some spring noise, which was very strange. So what I did is I lubed the core with weight 5. So that's my setup on this cube. Now, as for magnets and tensioning, I feel it's much more convenient for the GAN XS on the magnet side of things. The tensioning system is virtually the same as the GAN XS. However, you only need to adjust the magnet adjusting system 8 times, whereas on the GAN XS you had to do it 24 times. On the edges you had to do it twice. So as you can see here, there are a couple of numbers, 1, 2, and 3. And 3 would be the highest setting or the strongest magnets. So out of the box it came on medium, and I like really stable cubes with strong magnets. So so I just adjusted it on all the corners to the strong magnet setting. Now before I talk about the dual adjustment system, I just want to mention one thing about the center caps. Like I mentioned in my GAN Pyraminx review, the center caps are pretty difficult to take off. I assume that GAN just switched the plastic and made it a bit difficult to take off. But yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. I have tried the GAN XS center caps on the GAN 11M Pro and it actually works, so if that's for you and you want easier use in the future, you can do that. So for the dual adjustment system, it came with the light blue nut, but I changed it out with a dark blue nut and put it on the number 2 setting, and I put the clear nut on the bottommost setting. This provides a stable and fast control with lots of stability, but room for spamming TPS. So for this next part of the video, I'm gonna go over the cube specs, its customization, and more. And to do that, I'm gonna bring on a little friend of mine. Well, actually, they're not my friend.
They are my enemy. I must burn them to the ground.
So, without further ado, please welcome on KringeTrickKid. Yes, this is me from almost a year ago, reviewing the GAN XS. Please don't hurt me.
So the GAN
11M Pro.
is an amazing cube in my opinion. It is the most customizable cube on the market with a whopping
144.
total configurations with the magnets, the tensioning, and the elasticity. This cube is 56 millimeters, which is average size for a cube, but it is one of the lightest cubes I've ever used. It is
63
grams, which is much lighter than my older cube, the MF3 RS3M.
Okay, enough of you, KringeTrickKid. So this cube's specs are quite interesting. Like most 3x3s on the market, it is 56 millimeters, pretty standard, but it is also the lightest 3x3 on the market that is 56 millimeters. I've heard the new YJ small 3x3 is around 55 grams, but let's not talk about that. So it's 63 grams, which is extremely light. Funny thing is, it's the only cube on the market that weighs less than it costs. Now, corner cutting is just what you'd expect from a GAN cube. It cuts almost anywhere. It's one of the best on the market. And if I were to describe the turning, it is fast and plush, and it is very plush and soft because of the weight, and fast because, well, it's a GAN cube. And it's one of the best turning cubes I've ever felt. Now, do I think this is worth $65? Well, with all the accessories it comes with, yes. But is it for you? Let's get into that. Now, one thing many people like about the 11M Pro more than the XS is its stability. And one reason is because of the core magnets. This 3x3 has the standard corner edge attraction, but it also has what GAN calls the omnidirectional design. It has a magnet in the base of the corner as well as inside of the core, which provides extra tactility while turning. Now, if you don't like the strength of the core magnets, you can change them out by taking the magnet that is currently in the corner out with the screwdriver. And in the accessories box, it comes with extra core magnets that you can put inside the base of the corner to give it a different feel depending on what strength you want. However, I have not changed the magnets, so I'm just going to stick with the triangle magnets because I like how it feels. Now, if you don't like the core magnets at all and just like the feel of the XS, you can take out the core magnets altogether. But in my opinion, if you did that, it would just feel like a normal XS. And to me, that's what this cube honestly is. It's just a GAN XS with lighter weight and added core magnets. But I like that. So, to answer another question, is this cube my main? Well, I'm not sure yet. To be honest, it probably is my main, but I'm not ready to move on from my Worm 2020. As you guys know from my review, I loved that cube. However, I think it's time to move on. I haven't touched my Worm 2020 in a couple of days now, and I've been using the GAN 11 Pro a lot on Twitch. How many times am I gonna plug my Twitch in this video? So yeah, this cube probably is my main. And should you go for it? If you're a beginner, probably not. But if you know a lot about cubing hardware and customization, go for it. And obviously, if you can afford it, I think you would like it. However, I don't think many people will be able to afford it because of its steep price. Now, something I forgot to mention is the GAN 11M Pro's other versions, the UV and soft-coated. I'm pretty sure the UV is just something that's very scratch resistant, and the soft texture is kinda like rubbery. However, I'm pretty sure they are no longer making UV-coated versions. Something that amazes me is, despite having the addition of the core magnets to the cube, this cube is very light. My guess is they have a lighter piece design, like listen to how hollow this is. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the GAN 11M Pro. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. And yeah, see you guys next time.